What is up, guys? We are back with another video, and today we're taking a look at this case right here. This is the Fractal Design Vector RS, so let's go ahead and take a look. Taking a first look at the Vector RS, we can see it doesn't have the traditional boxy design that we're used to seeing from Fractal Design. Rather, it has an angular design which actually makes it stand out. Now, technically, this is a mid-tower, but it's definitely on the larger side. Starting at the front of the case, you can really see that angular design as the front panel is sort of cut into two sections, with the left being an opaque tempered glass inlay and the right being your typical plastic. Breaking these two sections up is an ARGB strip that goes down the front of the case. For those wondering about airflow, Fractal Design has put intakes on each side of the case. These have a counter angle design, which is made to trap noise with minimal airflow resistance. These intakes also have filters on them, which are easily removable for cleaning. The front of the case easily pulls off to reveal two included Fractal Design Dynamic X2 GP14 140mm cooling fans. The front actually has room for three 120 or 140mm fans, or radiators up to 360 millimeters. With the front of the case removed, we can pull out the filter on the bottom of the case, and this filter extends the entire length of the case. Moving up to the top of the case, Fractal Design has gone with a tempered glass panel. We saw this on their Define S2 Vision RGB, and it's good to see it here as well. On the right side of the case, you'll find a few buttons and connections, which include a large power button, two USB 3.0 ports, a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port, microphone and headphone jacks, and a small reset button. For those who want cooling options at the top of the case, you're in luck, as Fractal Design actually includes a top cooling bracket, filter, and ventilated top panel. Swapping these parts out is quite easy, and the top cooling bracket will actually support three 120 or 140mm fans and radiators all the way up to 420mm. Taking a look at the main side panel, it is a tempered glass panel, which will allow you to show off all of the hardware inside your system. Fractal Design has fused tempered glass to a normal case panel, which makes it quite easy to remove compared to other tempered glass panels. Looking at the back of the case, we have a third pre-installed Fractal Design Dynamic X2 GP14 140mm cooling fan. This rear spot also supports 120mm fans as well. On the back, there are 8 normal expansion slots as well as 2 vertical slots, and just like most cases these days, your power supply will be mounted at the bottom of the case. Each one of your side panels is held into place by 2 thumb screws. Getting inside the case, we have a pretty familiar Fractal Design interior. By default, you have a section for your motherboard, a large power supply cover that extends most of the case, and a large storage section towards the front of the case. We use the Fractal Design Flex VRC25 PCI Express riser to install our graphics card vertically, and I think it looks absolutely awesome in this case. The main compartment supports motherboards as big as extended ATX, CPU coolers as tall as 185mm, and graphics cards up to 440mm long. When you remove the opposite side panel, you'll notice that it's lined with sound dampening material, which of course keep the case pretty quiet. The first thing you'll notice on the back side of the case is the included fan hub, which supports up to 6 3-pin fans and 3 4-pin PWM fans. Cable management on the back of the case is pretty easy. There is quite a lot of room, and we can spot lots of tie-down points as well as 2 large Velcro straps. When it comes to storage, you first have 2 removable 2.5-inch trays, which are on the back side of the motherboard tray. These have captive thumb screws, which make it easy to remove the tray, Install your SSD, and then reinstall the tray. Towards the front of the case, you'll find the rest of your storage trays, which include 6 large trays which support both 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch hard drives. These trays can easily be moved up and down on the rail system. While there are 6 trays included, the front of the case will actually support 5 more, which can be purchased separately. So in total, this case can support 13 hard drives. All right, guys, so at the end of the day, I think Fractal Design has a really great case here in their Vector RS. They've sort of combined elegant style and RGB elements in a really great way with their defined S2 vision, which I actually really liked. But if you're not into RGB, you're not gonna like that case. So this is a more toned back design with the single ARGB strip going up the front and across the top. This case, of course, does have tempered glass. So you have the tempered glass inlay in the front, tempered glass here on the main side panel, and tempered glass up top. I love the tempered glass up top, but of course, that's not great for cooling. So Fractal Design does include a cooling bracket and a top ventilation piece. So you will have proper cooling up top if you remove this. It's great that they include that. We've seen other case manufacturers say like it's an add-on or something like that, but that comes with a case. So it gives you the ability that, you know, if you start your build and you may not have enough money to buy that extra cooling, you can have your case with the tempered glass. And then when you want to upgrade your cooling, you can go ahead and put in that bracket. It's pretty awesome that they go ahead and include that. Now, when it comes to storage, this case actually has a lot of storage, especially for a mid-tower. By default, you can install up to 8 hard drives. So you have the 2 SSD mounts on the back side of the motherboard tray, and then you have 6 of the larger trays. And what's great about those larger trays is you can move them up and down along this front piece, you know, put them wherever you want, but you can buy even more trays and expand the hard drive space up to 13 hard drives, which is quite a lot, again, for a mid-tower. If you didn't want to go the crazy storage route, you can also completely remove the entire front part of the case, take all of those trays out, take the bracket out, everything, so you have room for water cooling or whatever else you wanted to install in the front of the case. There really isn't anything that I could say bad about this case. Fractal Design, again, does such a great job with their cases. Everything in there is made of metal. There's no plastic. All the trays are metal. You know, we know that from Fractal Design. So if you guys have any questions about this case, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And we'll have links below to our full written review, as well as where you can go ahead and pick this case up. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, we would appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up. And again, subscribe if you enjoy our tech content. We'll see you guys in the next video.